The infernal arms are sealed away for a reason, boy. Your curiosity exceeds your common sense. But heed my words. You stay away from those accursed things.
Every time I see Hades, I see his belt buckle, and it's just like,
Stay away from me.
Found a boon that affects cast damage in patch 40. Hey!
Why, little Hades, it is awful murky where you are, but if I'm not mistaken, and I never am, you wield fearsome Stygius. She once belonged to me, you know. Not quite my type, but we sure had our times. You take good care of her for me.
The power of the sea.
Okay. That should be good.
Looks like a good spot.
I have ideas.
I got one. Another hellfish.
If we could spec hard into Poseidon cast, we might be able to do some fun
The
things.
cosmic egg.
We'll see how this goes.
I trust the small round catalyst which I provided you has been of value, son of Hades. It is my hope it makes your journeys to this space less difficult, perhaps inducing them on a more frequent interval.
Okay, next 4 encounters, face more foes. After that, 65% more cast damage. Yes.
I mark me with you.
We don't really need keys. Okay, that's pretty good damage.
Right.
So yeah, what I want to do is hopefully pick up at least a couple more bonuses. Cast regen, cast speed, if we're lucky. Chances are we're not going to be so lucky. This game tends to screw me over if I ever have a build in mind. But I've never really specifically focused on cast damage, per se. And it doesn't seem like a terrible idea. And yeah, if I can pick up just a smidge more on the wall slam side of things, we might be able to do some goofy stuff. Okay. Might be. Emphasis hard on might. Down we go.
Punishment has its perks.
Haven't caught a stream in a bit. How's everyone doing? I'm doing good. It's been
Don't let yourself get hit or else.
interesting.
No, you don't.
Let's see. There we go. So damage is good. Money is great.
There we go.
Poseidon it is. Perfect. Let's see. If you're focusing on cast damage, Artemis's legendary gives cast. Cool. I'm a little disappointed there's no Hammer of Daedalus that really affects cast damage. Like, I like the magic system in this game. I feel like it's still kind of this weird secondary thing. Whoops.
Stay dead next time.
It's this weird secondary thing to, you know, the actual melee combat, which makes sense, but it's a little unfortunate that you can't spec into it much at all. That the best cast damage perks are purely through chaos, and I think that's it.
This message.
Oh, these are just bad.
How about no?
That's better.
You honor me.
It's not that much better, but it's still better. I feel like you can't hammer magic unless it's magic smacking hammer. I feel like it would actually be kind of neat if there was a secondary hammer of Daedalus. Like a very rare magic one that would really like change how magic works. Whoa, that homed in. I didn't know it could or would do that. Well, keep pumping the Poseidon.
Uh-oh.
We're looking at anything that buffs wall slam if we can manage it. There we go.
Had enough. Hear me on my authority.
Boring. I guess I'll grab Razor Shoals.
Thank you for your
Not really what I'm looking for. Let's see, recommend trying for the Ares and Artemis duo boon. That's the one where it homes in, yeah? I've tried that a couple of times. It's pretty dang good.
Good, come on in.
Let's see. But yeah, it would be interesting if there was, yeah, a tome that would drop sometimes in place of the hammer. And it would change casts around considerably. I would enjoy that thoroughly. It's not a big deal. It's just kind of one of those where it's like, I feel like I've tried not every build under the sun with this game, but I've tried like a considerable amount of builds. But the one build that I've never really pulled off in a satisfying manner is cast.
There we are.
Well, you could just absolutely see Hades' head just lurking in the background there. What a creep. Let's go for the gems. We need more gems. We need gems. Gems are the one thing that like I need obscene amounts of, and they're also the one of the only things that I can't crank up. Oh, that's why they're tough. They got the armor buff. Got it.
Really?
Yeah, Artemis and Hermes are who you want for casts. Yeah, I just wanted to get the basic Poseidon beefs. That sounded weird. Because he's got the cast with the best immediate AoE, especially since they've nerfed Thunderdome. Because Thunderdome is extraordinarily strong.
I've tolerated your impudence
Or
for long
was.
enough.
Made them mad.
And now people tell me they've gotten rid of Thunderdome. The tragedy. Let's see, or at least nerfed it. Which is a shame, because it wasn't actually that strong. It was hard to aim. That was the biggest issue. More than anything else. Have fun with that over there. Damn it, I keep getting hit by that singular trap. Clearly I should just not pass over it. Wee. Bammo.
You lived through all of that.
Hey, hold a moment, Zagreus. I could have sworn you were so close before, but now you're back? Must have tripped up just when victory was close at hand. It happens all the time. We'll get you out of there, you'll see.
I accept this gift.
Not the greatest. 4% crit chance on cast is still... it's okay. Well, at least we're one-shotting those mooks. Oop. Oop. Noticing it has knockback, but it's not really doing the slam damage that I need it to. Ish. Let's see, would you ever go back to Heroes of Hammerwatch? Probably. I heard they put out a DLC lately lately, sometime recently. And like,
Gods grant me strength.
I wanted the cast
I grow
boost,
stronger.
and they didn't give it to me. Ah. Let's see. Anyway,
Should be something useful.
grab the
here.
trove tracker. Yeah, week or two ago. I think my problem I have with Heroes of Hammerwatch is it is a very
Could use the rod of fishing there.
repetitive game.
Come
I
to
say
me,
as I play a
fishes.
very repetitive roguelike. I guess it's the core tenet of Heroes of Hammerwatch is grinding to like get your
Come on out.
town stats up, which I think is a good
Looks
idea.
like a knucklehead.
Oh,
Must have slept. I can use this. Fine day or night to you as well, Charon.
but yeah, I don't know.
Ladies,
Your weapon's looking rather dull there, Zagreus. Great Daedalus decided not to grace you with his gifts this time around.
Sassy.
now that you mention it, he hasn't, no. Though I'm prepared to say I don't need special augmentations to get past you.
Oh, we can put that to the test right now. Just remember, you need all the help you can get.
I think I'm just very spoiled by
I'll make you suffer.
I'm very spoiled by wow, this does just boatloads of damage to her.
Suffer.
Yeah, I don't have the double dash, which is making it a little harder, but that's okay. But yeah, I think I've just been really spoiled by a lot of other, I'm gonna say, better roguelikes, where it's like the idea of Heroes of Hammerwatch is really fun, and I think if I had other YouTubers or streamers that were like, hey, you want to play some Hammerwatch, I'd be super down with it. But playing it solo is harder for me because
You withstood the combined might of the Furies.
after a certain point I'd start checking out, I guess, which is bad. Just chuck on the adamant arrowhead. We need money, but we don't need money that
Just
much.
go on up.
Playing solo is rough, can get boring.
Check.
Yeah, and it's like, I know last time I played, I specifically played with like a group, and that worked. A group. I specifically had played with I mean like 20 people or something like that. We were doing Mass Heroes of Hammerwatch, which was fun as shit, but the problem is it's just like
Hades.
trying to commentate over that is really difficult because then I truly switch to management. Hey, that's what I was looking for.
Very well, O son of Hades.
But like it was really fun, but the novelty is kind of worn off, and the game itself isn't deep enough to really keep my interest beyond. Hey,
Thanks, Your Majesty. Though you're not gonna get in trouble bringing me this stuff, are you?
No, I don't think I can get into more trouble at the moment. May this make your dishes that much more delectable.
I'm fine here on my own, hun. But I wouldn't mind if he was here. You
come on,
got
upgrade
it.
my cast.
Why,
No.
thank you.
So crit chance just went up, and my dash now does more damage. No, whatever.
Take care.
Stay cool.
But yeah, I guess there's just certain games that I just have trouble immediately feeling passionate about going back to. It's kind of the reason why you don't see me playing a whole lot of, like, Tower of Guns. Even though, like, absolutely adore Tower of Guns. It's just the novelty wears off. Same thing with Mother Gunship. Where it's like, a game can be amazing from my perspective. But just going back to play it anymore is just going to kind of ruin it for me very slowly. And I'd rather leave the memory of
We have a pet.
the thing that I liked instead of trying to push it. And, you know, at some point, I honestly probably will load up Tower of Guns. I want to say it's on the roguelike roulette, and if it's not, then I am dumb, because it should be. I'm not going to get a whole lot of health off of this one.
Oh, should not have done that.
Enough, I've better things
But that's
to do.
okay, I don't need too much.
All mine.
So Palm of Power is shopping. Clearly Palm of Power.
Get me out of here.
Haven't seen that game in ages. Which one? Tower of Guns or Mother Gunship? Either are, and both are amazing. I'm still a little sad that he ran out of money. Enemies? Ah. Keep trying to fire them into the lava. It keeps not quite working. Yeah, Tower of Guns. It remains probably my favorite first-person shooter roguelike. There aren't that many of them. Which, like, I feel at some point we're going to get this huge swath of them, and they're going to be amazing. Just holding out. God damn it! Let me buff my cast! I've picked up too much garbage already. Let's see. One of your favorite YouTubers played a fair bit and was fun to watch. It's a super good game. Yeah, time to kickstart Tower Guns 2. I might send Joe a message at some point and be like, so what are you working on next? Can I know? Because, like, yeah, if I saw a Tower of Guns 2 Kickstarter go by, I'd check a lot of money at that one. Because, yeah, I think cumulatively I've got like 100-something episodes on that game. Okay. There we go. I need that single extra cast ammo. Because that'll let me just, like, double slam people, and it'll be amazing.
My boon from chaos is transformed.
There we go. Okay. Probably want to do the Seeking Arrow. It's not that helpful, but it's a nice amount of bonus damage. I don't know. I should start a podcast where I just, like, talk to developers about their games, like, post-release, near-release, or just kind of whenever. That honestly wouldn't be a terrible idea. Alright. I got 2 cast ammo now. I can just abuse. Like, it doesn't have to be purely about indie games and stuff, but I feel like it would be kind of a neat platform to just be like, hey, you just put out a game. How is it? But that would be kind of a neat way to, like, kind of catch up with some old developers that I used to be aware of, or, like, you know, might have done different things over the years. Yeah, that double cast is so much so much more useful. So much helpful? Ugh. It's helpful. That's it. Let's see. Like, I feel like if within the bounds of a podcast, I could probably use that to leverage interesting bits of information about various games in development without being weird about it. Because normally I think I'd feel a little dodgy. Please cast ammo, please cast damage. God damn you! Whatever. It's fine. It's okay. I just really want to blammo, and it won't let me blammo. Okay, there we go. Yeah, because I can effectively slow nuke everything. Especially with that occasional crit damage. Puts me in a very good spot to just destroy. Okay, avoid. Nope, didn't work. I'm not going to be able to avoid every hit. He is just a bit too aggressive. And I'm lacking dodges. But lacking in dodges, not the end of the world. This means we might have to have a really awkward decision to make between more casts, more dodges from Hermes. I mean, it's absolutely straight up doesn't even matter. That's not even a question.
Not now.
Got it. Your cast chunks the heads. Yeah, I do a lot of damage. And the thing is, like, realistically, assuming I can raise the base damage even a smidge, I will be in a very good position. Because effectively, raising cast damage with the Palms of Power is one of the only things that raise in base damage over the course of a run. Let's see. Honestly, I'm just going to keep the Adamant Arrowhead on. I want to get some of those cast buffs if I get lucky.
I'll take this one.
We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so if I can potentially double the base damage plus all the percent modifier bonuses, like, cast damage could get really freaking high if I do it right. Or not. And I don't know.
That's what the outside world is like. You know, if I was permanently dead, maybe I wouldn't mind all this.
Honestly, I think about that sometimes when I go through this area, and it's like, you know, this area, Elysium actually seems like it would be pretty cool. I'm a big fan of Twilight and, like, late night. I mean, obviously it's like 9:30
in the name of Hades.
At night here. Okay. Can't attack, gain cast ammo? Hell yeah.
Certainly.
Let's go for the darkness to keep healthy, or let's go gems. It's supposed to be a nice place to live in the afterlife. I just really like the idea of living in a place that is in perpetual twilight.
Oh, that was from chaos.
Right, can't attack.
Mine.
Like, I was at Disneyland last month before everything shut down. And I thought it was an absolutely magic experience, which is, you know, obviously what they're going for. But being there after hours was just amazing.
My coffers are not yours for pillaging.
Because they had these, like, just beautiful, you know, sky was pitch black. Ah, damn it. I keep trying to sidewinder shots into these guys before, like, going back around with the snack backs. Messing with me. Blech. There we go. Oh, hey, Benstar. How's it going? I hope you're... Well, no.
Useless.
You're sane enough to be paying attention. Hope things are going well for you.
I'll take it.
Ooh. Didn't even mean to get a nectar. Yeah, we can't go down to Hermes. That's the first time I've even seen Hermes go by here. Disney just feels dystopic to you. I can kind of understand that, but, like, being at Disneyland, between the hours of, like, late or, like, sundown and closing is actually really cool. And I wish more places kind of catered to that kind of lifestyle, even though I'm sure nobody would. But, like, most of the places around there closed at, like, midnight or 1. It was a lot of open air, you know, eateries and whatnot.
That one fully
Ah,
rearmed.
damn it. My cast ammo kept hitting the shield guy instead. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Perfect. But yeah, late night theme parks are great. I absolutely need to find some more places that kind of do late night whatever things. Like a late night Ren Fair could be really cool. If that is a thing anywhere. Like, I don't really do Renfest too much. It's more Shell Scene. But at the same time, like, I could see, like, once a year, during, like, one day of the summer, they just do a night that,
Yes.
lasts until 1 a.m. instead. Let's see. Shadow Slash, Cursed Slash. Let's do Piercing Wave. I haven't really buffed my attack at all, but with the arrow, it seems like a good idea. Let's keep going Poseidon, I guess. I've been on some After Dark roller coaster rides that were great. Maybe a local Ren, but it closes at 6 to 7. And yeah, I would want it to close
Something I
at,
can
like,
use.
after the sun's gone down and they have all sorts of, like, crazy lights all over the place, like fairy lights or whatever. You're about to finish up dev work for the night. Isn't it, like, 7... Aren't you, like, 7 hours ahead of me or more? Finish up for the night. Well, I don't know. I can't judge anybody for being a night owl. I absolutely am. Oh, right.
You must take
Here we go.
pleasure in having to fight against me, Short One. I too have come to look forward to it, even if I end up falling to your strength.
Oh, I was going to say I'd much prefer we settle this more amicably, couldn't we? Perhaps I could interest you in a fine bottle of nectar. Ambrosia, even.
No, thank you. These battles are enough. Besides, you won that ambrosia from us, fair and square.
He looks so goofy. I love him.
I'm out.
Yeah, if I do it right, the rupture actually does a fair bit of damage to him. I can't do too much about that. I'm in an okay position here. Biggest beef. I don't really have a whole lot of HP. Damn it. I thought I got close enough. Okay. This is actually kind of hard.
Good.
Okay. I'm not even sure if I can still attack. Nor would I really want to. I'm very, very weak. Okay.
Rage.
There we go. Got it. It's really hard to do that with only one dodge. There we go.
Enough, Short One.
I beat the bull of Minos. Uncle Poseidon.
I guess let's grab Ocean's Bounty. There's Poseidon's Aid. Let's go for Ocean's Bounty and hope for the best. Get some more money at the very least. Do not question my terrible sleep schedule. I mean, I honestly can't judge a single person for a bad sleep schedule. When I was in college especially, my sleep schedule was atrocious. Hell, when I started this channel, my sleep schedule was atrocious. It's part of the reason why I still have a late night, a relatively late night stream schedule. It's because, you know, I used to stream... I guess I would have started my stream half an hour ago, a couple years ago.
Hello, mates.
And I would stream from, like, midnight until, like, 4 or something like that. And mostly it would just be roguelikes and small things, and I get all my recording done during the day? God, I don't even remember how I, like, recorded all this stuff over the years.
I can't.
But yeah, it would not be uncommon for me to wake up, or be going, ow. It'd not be uncommon for me to be going to bed as, like, my parents were getting up and going to work. Which was a bit of a sticking point every once in a while, because I'd be like, okay, I know I have a weird sleep schedule, but that doesn't mean you can be, like, standing outside my bedroom door chatting loudly before going off to work, because that was less fun. I'm so glad I moved out. If I go for a shit ton of darkness, it'll probably be okay. We could go shopping. Let's go shopping.
Took care of those for me.
And shopping was the right idea. Damn it, I mean, it's okay. Let's go for the darkness, just for the extra things.
Fan.
Looks like I got here just
Uh-oh.
in time. Let's see how quickly we can wrap this up.
Let's see indeed. Not yet.
How about you?
Yeah, the faster recharge time is nice.
There. It's over.
Only helps so much, though.
Wither and die.
Okay. I'm actually doing fine.
Time's up. Another gone.
I always get a little leery
Say goodnight.
of the Than competitions. Because the first time I ever did this, oh my god, that is a giant thing.
That settles
How much
that.
money do I get from that? 15. Dang it. It looks so much larger.
Not bad, Zach.
Yes.
Here,
Okay, there's
It's no use.
keep going.
no use.
Let's see.
Let's see. Yeah, I got the money. Have I ever lost a Thanatos? Yes. Once, maybe twice. First time I ever ran into him was... I'm not going to say brutal, but he demolished me. It was rough. Now I pretty much always skunk him, but, you know, first time was not so happy. I think it was also during, like, maybe it was the first time I ever turned on Pact of Punishment. All I remember is it was, Than showed up and I was just, like, panic. It was just pure panic mode, as I could not cope.
What?
I'm digging all the extra cast ammo we got going on here. It's making my life easier. Okay. Anything else? Nope.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Okay. Attack is stronger.
I grow stronger.
Guess I'll grab that one. The Artemis boons are just garbage right now.
You shall regret this.
Let's see. Wonder if you heard of Kindred Fates. Yep. Kickstarted it.
Can't do that.
I'll admit, I don't generally advertise Kickstarters. Nor do I talk about them too much. It's rare for me to trust a Kickstarter without a demo. I might throw money at it, but I'm not going to be like, hey, everyone, check this game out, pick it up.
So-called champions.
Unless, like, I specifically get, you know, a demo from the developer and, you know, I get to play it myself. So, for example, Dungeon Drafters is currently going through Kickstarter, and I probably should have repped their game a little bit. There it is. There's the cast damage. Obviously, I want more than that, but still, that helps. Oh, you need a base Artemis boon to unlock the secondaries. You need a secondary to unlock the legendary. That's frustrating. Because I'd absolutely go for some of the primaries, but all the primaries are dirt.
Fiend, who taught you such sloppy technique?
On the plus side, we are going for the Artemis marking is actually incredible. Like we were straight up hitting the Minotaur for like 800 damage.
You dispatched the bull.
You and me.
You hit me.
Like,
I do
turns
not
out
fear you, fiend,
the
but
small
your presence is a stain upon Elysium.
bonus of okay.
Why you? Goddess Athena, lend to me your strength. You fiend.
Got him. That hurt.
That's one champion unseated.
Yep, Red Shade still in the stands. Yeah, I stepped away from Kickstarters, even with demos. Seen too many grab-and-go situations.
Shall
Apparently
only
only
bring you pain.
the only Kickstarters back nowadays are
Let's
the
see
ones
here.
with someone you know on the dev team. Yeah, that makes sense, honestly. Let's see. Do I just get rid of any of these? Nah, I'll be okay. Wait, +5 Ambrosia? Modding! I wouldn't say that I'm sick of the grind on this game. It's that, like, I don't like the carrot being dangled in front of my face. I'd rather just have everything unlocked at this point. Because, geez, after 100, 200 hours or something on this game, the idea of not being done unlocking everything is kind of I wouldn't exactly say insulting.
Something I can use. Should help keep me going.
Bad news. I gotta go for it. I was just hoping that was a change they made. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for dangling that there.
Like that.
I think I've heard they want to make it easier to grind through all this stuff. And I certainly hope they do. Because it's kind of one of those where it's like, it's all secondary, but as a avid fan of the game, I find the extra like kind of like, hey, here's something that you can work on. It gets really tiresome after a while of just like, oh god, there is actually just too much. Like, I'm trying to think of games that have done this. I mean, I guess the closest would be, like, Gotta Catch 'Em All in Pokemon.
Blasted poison. Better.
Like, rarely is there the actual inspiration to catch every single Pokemon, especially in the most recent Pokemon games where it's, like, straight up insane to do so.
Olympus, I accept this
Let's see, you
message.
have to do it in Gungeon. Yeah. Free-ish. That's useless. I guess I'll pick up Tempest Strike at this point.
Thank you, gods.
Maybe I should have picked up the call. I don't know.
Wash away my boons.
Nah, I like all of these. You gotta wait for the next area after you beat Hades. do we know if we're going to get another area or if you're actually just free? Because I was originally assuming with Demeter that we'd actually... Demeter, sorry.
What lurks in the waters of the surface?
Sorry.
That's a bite.
Kind of hard to focus on. Scuffer!
Satyr tunnels.
Hard to focus on commentating when fishing. Okay, there we go. Is that a Furby pufferfish? It was a scuffle. Well, I do a lot of damage. I was really hoping we get, like, Aftershock or, like, one or two of the other, like, ridiculous things. But, oh well.
That's a relief.
And we're good. Bam. But no, I can understand, like, a lot of people wanting to get into, catching them all. I did that for every Pokemon game up until Platinum. I didn't play Platinum, because I was so fatigued after playing, Diamond and Pearl, because I caught them all in that game, and I was just so tired of it that I was just like, I just don't want to deal with this anymore. And ever since, I've always just been a little iffy on the idea of, like, hey, here's the, like, ultimate challenge if you want to get everything. Because I've had it ruin games for me, where I'm just like, yeah, but, like... Or you could just kind of make it reasonable and not keep me this, like, weird game slave forever. I kind of had that issue, I guess, with Gungeon and Binding of Isaac. I did it a couple of times with Isaac. Frustratingly, I had to do it a couple of times with Isaac, because I kept losing my save. Oh, these are the ones with armor. Go figure, they're not dying. Let's see, they teased the area way before an early access releases. I will admit, I'm a huge fan of Supergiant. I pay no attention to any of their press releases in any way, shape, or form, because I don't like anything getting spoiled for me.
Back I go.
I like to learn as I go, I guess. Let's see. Let's see if I can beef up my damage. Oh, please, thank you. I mean, the rest of these are pretty dang good. Oh. That's why I was critting left and right. Shit, that's good. But no, we gotta go for the raw damage here. Let's go for the max life. We're gonna go for all of them. If we're lucky, we can get, like, Madcap Palm of Power. That was fast. What can I sell? Any of these? There's Ocean's Bounty, but I don't want to sell it. We could just sell Tempest Strike. Yeah, screw it. I'm not going to be attacking.
I'm empty.
This is like one of the few missions runs where I'm not even going to press the X button. Instead, I'm just going to do buttloads of damage with Supercast. Yeah, they could easily keep putting adding new stages to this game. They could, and I sincerely hope they do. Like, I would love it if Supergiant actually just kept developing this game, kind of the occasional paid DLC every couple of years, Dead Cells style or Gungeon style. I think Gungeon, they're done. Like, they're officially done with Gungeon and they're on to the next one. I'm gonna go pressure points. 10% crit chance is pretty good. Yeah, Gungeon is indeed done. Yeah, and it's like, I would love it if they had a secondary team that was just kind of making small amounts of Hades content. You know, not a whole lot of new art, no story, just like, you know, level and maybe like a new weapon every 2 years or something. For like a couple more years, but probably not. I guess it's the other thing where it's like, this is probably my favorite roguelike of all time. And it would be a shame to see it end in this manner, just because Well, no. It'd be a shame to see it end in this manner because there's so much potential still untapped. Purely because of how good Supergiant is at making games and how good the mechanics are for this game.
I'm out.
Well, this is just bullying. They aren't even done, so we'll see how the full release goes. True.
Good enough to eat.
Let's see, 2% more crit chance? Yeah. Support fire is nice, but it's...
the gods.
2% crit chance on Uber nukes is worth it. So I wonder you're going to do some beta Nova Drift anytime soon. I played Nova Drift a couple of days ago. Did they fix Obsession? Because I will admit, I played a little bit of it and I had a lot of fun, and then I was just like, okay, I played a bit of it, had a lot of fun. The new builds and the new weapons are really cool. But some things had broken, and I was kind of like, I'll come back when it's not broken. That's another game that, like, feasibly could just get updated, not perpetually, but for a while. And it would probably be super fun.
Should be useful.
And I wouldn't tire of, like, seeing new updates here and there. Obviously, the developers have to keep moving, because, they can't support themselves forever on one game.
What now?
Yours is a brazen plan of action, Zagreus, and I admire it. The boldest strategy often prevails, especially with my support.
I mean, I guess we might as well grab her call. It's not stupid good.
Much appreciated.
I mean, it is stupid good. It is really helpful. Yeah, so we don't have enough money for that. That's fine.
Joyfully, the Hound of Hell accepts another satyr sack.
Well, I'm definitely getting faster again.
Bye for now, boy.
The first couple episodes with the new patch, I was like nearly an hour and a half on a run, and I was like, that's just too long for me. 45 minutes is like the sweet spot on roguelike runs.
One less bit of business to take care of, then.
Unless it's a roguelike where you can stop midway and be okay.
No
I don't actually know if this does that. I don't think they do.
Your stubbornness shall get you nowhere with me.
But no, the one nice thing is, no matter what, when Hades is done...
Fall blast you.
Like, when Hades is complete, Supergiant will just move on to make another game. And it will be, honestly, probably better, and I'm gonna be like, okay.
This boy.
What do you think, Father?
I think you are wasting your time.
Oh, this isn't a waste of time at all.
It's one of the reasons why I think I'm always rooting for indie games. It's rare to have, like, a disappointing second product. AAA always feels like it kind of loses something with the second or the third game. Like, I'm really looking forward to The Last of Us 2, but it feels like they've lost something. I keep hearing about the horrendous crunch that the studio is currently going through. And, like...
Got you.
I don't know. I guess I'm more forgiving of crunch when everybody has skin in the game. Like, I'm not going to judge an indie developer for running long hours just because it's their baby, it's their creation, and I do the exact same thing.
I shall protect you, cousin.
Shit, that hurt.
I can't.
Oh, that's why I got pushed back.
Brat. You tell no one at the house. Do you hear me? Again, you.
Bye. I did it.
That was a good run.
He cannot kill me like this every time, believes the Underworld Prince. He shall eventually have no more ideas. But the Prince, as often is the case, is wrong.
Gotta remember, I've got rumble on my controller. I set it down and then it rumbles off the desk and I'm like, ah, shit. It's fine.
That's Eurydice's song.
To be continued.
I didn't think you had it in you, boy.
I've beaten the shit out of you more times than not at this point.
I'm keeping careful track of all the times you've sent me home like this.
Eh. I really wish I could convert diamonds into gems or something. But then again, I'm not really supposed to have this many diamonds. Oh well. Let's see. Nope, not the lounge. Well. Let's see, we should be able to get these.
It seems my princely duty to commission this fine portrait of myself.
I ought to have named you Narcissus instead.
That's a nice big portrait of us.
This piece has the power to embarrass several members of this house all in one swoop.
I much prefer the walls to remain bare.
Here's the commission. If anybody needs to see their own reflection down the hall, well, now they can.
Reflect upon your many failings with that boy.
Okay. We still need an absolutely insane amount of gems over the course of this game, and we have no way of getting it without farming or absolutely breaking the balance of everything. Because I can turn up the amount of gems I get. The problem is, I can't see the Hades portrait. Sucks a bit. Oh, hey, Thanatos has something to say. But yeah, I can turn up the amount of gems I get, but it turns up all the money that I get from every gem drop, which is kind of busted, and... yeah, he does just have a giant mural of himself in the background. For the walls bare.
Be gone from there.
You just don't want anything to compete with this thing.
A vast and intricately crafted mosaic depicts the Underworld King presiding over the enormity of his domain, whilst its chthonic residents look on in awe of him.
He's not really that great.
Keep it down.
You took Lord Hades down. You really did. I've never seen him quite like this before. I could scarce believe it when he came up through the pool of STYX himself.
Seemed only fair in the grand scheme of things. He slew his own parents at some point, right? I think the fates enjoy this sort of thing.
Come on, Zag. Take some credit where it's due. Though, you'll forgive me if I keep my distance for a little while, as I think you have some issues to resolve. You watch yourself.
I'm planning to.
Everything turned green for a second there. Oh well. Yeah, geez, that's a lot of grinding. And that's part of the reason why I'm so gung-ho about, like, just absolutely destroying any sense of balance and grinding, because I know it's going to take forever. Oh, he left. Oh, Nyx.
Nyx, I've come to know the god of travel, Hermes, though it seems to me he doesn't work directly with the others on Olympus. Do you know him well?
Lord Hermes is a point of contact, yes. Among Olympians, he works the closest with our operations here, and aids with shepherding the souls of the departed to our gates. Accept his help, for he is faithful to our cause.
I get it. Thank you, Nyx.
Let's see. Games made so people can progress the story and play as long as you want to. Not everyone's supposed to unlock everything. Some people put more time into the game than others. You're right about that, but like, if I hadn't modded this, let's do the math. Normally you make, I'm gonna say about, on a good average run, about 50 gems. Maybe let's bump it up, 75. Obviously I've modded it so I get more gems than usual. Let's see. Let's do some real quick maths here. So, 1,030, 2,130. Let's just round up 4,000. 4,500. 4,000. 5,000. 5,300. 6,000. 6,800. 8,300. 11,300. 12,500 to unlock all of this stuff. And it's 75 per. Let's just do 12,500 divided by. It would take me at least 170 more runs to get every single gem. See, if you're only getting 75 gems per run, you're doing something wrong. A single trove gives about 50, but I only get one trove of 50. But the trove of 50 gives at max 50. Generally average about 40. Plus, like, maybe 2 to 3 gem drops over the run. Unless you're really prioritizing them. So, like, maybe 100, but even then, that's still 120 runs. Just to get all the gems, to get all the stuff that I haven't gotten. And at about an hour per, that would effectively double my playtime just to get all the cosmetics. Which, like, is fine, but the last time I had to do that was freaking the Luigi's Mansion remake. Was it I think it was the Luigi's Mansion remake for the 3DS, which was just miserable. Because, like, if you want to hundo that game, you effectively just have to grind the same stuff over and over and over again. And obviously, like, no, you don't have to, but it's kind of off-putting from my perspective of somebody that has played this game considerably to, like, I am going to burn out before I reach that point. And that very few games should have that as, like, the end goal. Where it's like, to get everything, you will turn your most hardcore fans against the game.
Trade you these horrid things.
And, you know, maybe...
Thank you.
Maybe it's faster than that, and obviously they're going to make it a bit better. But, like, if you're going to put it in a game, you should make it reasonable for characters to get it, unless it's a free-to-play MMO. And at which point, yeah, then you're Warframe. And then it's kind of okay, but... I just... There's probably going to come a time where we finished everything, we've beaten this story, and I still have a lot of gems left to go, and I'm just going to hack that number up and be like, alright, we're done. And I don't want to be in that position. I don't like being put in that position, because that sours the experience from my perspective. Yeah, once the runs get longer, you should be getting more gems. Honestly, I think the easiest solution is actually just to make the Pact of Punishment drastically increase the amount of gems you get. Every level of the Pact of Punishment just gives you 10% more gems. At this point, I'd be getting 70% more gems, and, you know, getting up to 20 Pact of Punishment, that's 200% more gems. So instead of getting 100 gems per run, you get 300 per run. That knocks it down to about 40 runs, which seems a lot more doable than, you know, not. It's absolutely something to do while you wait situation at the moment, but that's part of the reason why I'm advocating so much for it being changed with the full release, and that's why I haven't hacked up the gems, specifically. Because I want to see what they do to change it. Whereas it seems like the diamonds of the Titan blood and whatnot, that's the state that they mean to leave it in. And I think that's fine. I don't want to be here for, like, a long time just being like, hey, I still don't have all of this stuff. Because this is actually gameplay related. Let's see. I don't care about the damage reduction. Enjoy Warframe, but I never try to complete and get everything. Just grind for what I find interesting. My biggest problem with Warframe is just the objectives are worth it, generally. Like, the cool weapons, the new frames and whatnot is good. The problem is getting them is the same activity over and over again in a increasingly dull state. That game desperately needs just a couple more avenues to get, like, money and... Endo. There we go. Yeah, Warframe is 20 hours of gameplay stretched to 2,000. Yeah. Remember Defection. I remember so many things from Warframe. It's still a great game. It's just kind of one of those where it's just like... At this point in my life, it's so much easier for me to just say, I'll put 10, 20 hours into a game, and if it's not holding my interest after that point, then I just shelve it. It's a good way to do it. But yeah, at least it's free. And it's still good. It's just... I've moved on, I guess. I don't know. Wait, why did I turn my face cam out? That's not what I meant to do. Oh well.